Chapter 25, Mrs. Murphy's Big Idea. So, Mrs. Murphy asks, "Do you have any plans for the weekend?" "Yeah, running with the bulls in Spain. Maybe photographing polar bears. Same old boring stuff." She chuckles. "I've been thinking." "Sounds dangerous," I say. She points at me with a spatula and a slight smile. "Watch it there, kid." "Why, you gonna flip me?" I say, pointing at her weapon. She shakes her head. "What a clip." There's another one. "So, do you like that Tony girl? Would you say that you're yourself around her?" I always think that that's the true measure of how good a friend is. I think that I'm comfortable around her now, except that she doesn't know who I really am. And I've been thinking I should tell her, but I'm afraid she'll change her mind about me. I'm not sure how to answer Mrs. Murphy. She's not into the stuff you shouldn't be into, right? Actually, she is. Mrs. Murphy looks concerned. "Broadway musicals, a sickness." Mrs. Murphy laughs and turns back toward the sink. "Why don't you invite her over for dinner tomorrow? Would you want to do that?" I can ask her, I guess. You sound nervous." Funny how she does that, knowing what I'm thinking. Maybe a little, I shrug. "I can't hurt to ask," she says. "I'm not sure." So time is going past right now. Tony steps into the kitchen with a plate of brownies. "Here you go," she says to Mrs. Murphy. "My mom sent these." "Brownies?" Michael, Eric, and Adam yell. "After dinner, not before," Mrs. Murphy says, holding the plate out of their reach. Michael Eric looks at me, but points at Tony. "Which superhero is she?" Tony laughs. "You guys have high expectations here." I bend over and look at Michael Eric. "No superheroes now. Maybe later, though, okay?" He goes back to a pile of blocks with Adam. So Mrs. Murphy begins. "You two can hang out upstairs or watch TV since Jack is at the station tonight. Whatever you'd like. I know we'll get no peace down here. You want to hang out in my room?" "Sure," she says, and we head upstairs. "I'd forgotten this nice room, Connors," Tony says when we walk into the fireman room. I guess this would be a good time to tell her the truth, but I'm not in the mood to answer questions. The questions about why I'm here, what harm can it do to just pretend a little longer? Well, my mom said I could have a bigger room, so I'm staying in Michael Eric's while it's being painted. I feel bad about the lie. I say, "You fight to keep this one, Connors." She laughs as she falls back on my bed. "So, what's Raynor's story anyway?" I ask. She bolts up. "Raynor? Oh my God. We've known each other forever. I mean, forever. Our mothers are both totally caught up in the Junior Women's League. Total do-go gooders. On the other side, anyway. What's a woman? What's a junior woman?" I ask. She cracks up. "Very funny, Connors. Except I was serious. So what's the deal? Why is he always giving you a hard time? Like calling you Oliver? And what's a roll stuffer?" "Who knows?" I lie. "Maybe he stands too close to the ovens at his parents' restaurant. They have been working. They have him working there all the time. I mean, all the time." She laughs, retiring her shoe. "He's such an idiot. And he talks tough, but you can put him in his place pretty easily. I even beat him up in the third grade." "You did? And fifth?" "Really?" I crack up. "Yeah, he's still nervous. I'm going to hit him one day. And I can tell." Tony bounces on my bed. "So, enough about that twit, Connors. Ask me anything." Why do you always call me Connors?" I ask. "I said you can ask me anything. I mean, anything on the planet. And that's the best you can come up with?" "I'll try to do better." She seems amused. "Well, speaking of names, here's something interesting, Connors. Actually, I gotta tell you, my name isn't Tony. Not really, anyway." "Huh? What is it then? If I tell you, you swear on 1,000 souls you won't tell anyone?" "It depends on the souls. I'm not telling you then." "Oh, okay, fine. 1,000 souls." She looks toward the ceiling and attempts an angelic face. Charity. Charity? That's your name? Charity Byers? Oh my gosh, no wonder you changed it. She sits up straight and her whole face lights up. I've got to tell you, Connors, then when India Mendez won the Tony Award for Alphaba? Yes, I think it's Alphaba. I swore that someday I'd have a Tony Award with my name etched on front. But I can't have charity buyers etched on anything. Charity, really? I ask. At least your name isn't Case. Yeah, you're right, she laughs. Anyway, my mother, the perfect one, had this idea that I would grow up and be her mini me. She just about kneeled over when I told her she could keep the name Charity. That I was going to be called Tony in honor of my future award. Not only that, I'm going to make $1 million on Broadway and keep every penny. Somehow, I have a feeling you will make millions on Broadway. Then split it with my best friend? Is that the next thing out of your mouth, Connors? Because you can't forget it. I'm not giving you a dime. I guess she'll think that I'm upset about not getting a cut of the millions when I'm really trying to believe that she called me her best friend. So, boys and girls, that's the end of chapter 25. Sorry about messing up a little bit at the end. But Tony's name is named, her real name is named Charity, but she really wasn't happy about that name. So she decided to rename herself Tony after a popular award that's given to actors. And it's called Tony Awards. And I think every year they have um, all these actors and actresses come to a big theater and give out awards. So she's hoping that one day she'll be a Broadway star, and she decided to name her name after that award that maybe one day she'll hope to achieve. So that's the end of chapter 25. And think about again why um, the main character is still not telling a secondary character the truth and why she still continues to keep this lie. And do you think she should have came clean about this lie in this chapter, or you think that she should have still kept that secret until later on in the story?